Hi, thanks for joining me. Today I want to talk about video games in a series. Um, this is something that I guess has been bugging me a little bit recently, and I don't quite know how to feel about it. Maybe a good starting point is just talking about Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo 6 just came out, and it's a good case in point where I have a long history with that series. I played the first one on the PlayStation, but when the second one came out, I don't think I really needed to play another Gran Turismo game right then. When the third one came out, I played a lot of that. The fourth one, not so much. And the fifth one came out on the PlayStation 3, and I own it, but I really haven't played it. So now the sixth one is out, and I'm just kind of like, well, are sequels just safe, so we end up with more of them than we need? I kind of wonder a little bit. I started thinking back, and I'm like, what games have I managed to actually play back to back? Consecutive entries in a series. And I've actually managed quite a few. I think the only one that I've kept up with all of the canonical games is Resident Evil. And that has been a little back and forth. For instance, I started with 2, then I played 1. 3 came out and I played a little bit of it, but I think I had to wait until I played and beat Code Veronica to get up kind of the nerve to go back and finish 3. And I think maybe the same with 0. I'm not sure if I really beat that until after I'd beaten 4. And 5 and 6 I've managed to play back to back. But a lot of the games that I would hold up as games that they're just some of the best games I've played. Some of them are in series of games, and I haven't played the other games in the series. For instance, Metal Gear Solid. That is an amazing game, and I've played the heck out of the first one. I've never played another Metal Gear Solid game after that. Other examples are things like White Album. If you check out my review, you guys know how much I liked it. The second one, it's still sitting on my shelf. Symphony of the Night, when that was on the PlayStation, I loved it. It was so great. I haven't played a Castlevania game since then. Are there series where you guys really, you're itching for another game when the next game comes out? For instance, the Neptunia games, but I really liked 2. And when Victory came out, I was ready. I was ready for another Neptunia game, and I played it more or less right away and really enjoyed it. Whereas the Atelier games, I hadn't even really gotten into the first one before they had 3 more out. It was pretty crazy. So, can games in series stand on their own? Can you call yourself a Silent Hill fan if you've only played and beaten one of the games that you really, really like? I don't know. Another thing that bugs me is sometimes they change too much. Take the Mass Effect series. I loved Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 2, as far as I was concerned, the gameplay was totally different. It was a different kind of game, and that was really off-putting to me. Another thing, I would say one of the best games out of last gen was Dragon's Age. Really liked that game, and the second one I haven't been able to get into, and I really think that they changed too much about it. It didn't continue the story. It didn't have the same scope. It didn't really have the same feeling. It didn't have the same art style. There were too many things that were different about it. Is it a waste of my time to go back and play some games in a series where I've already experienced some of maybe the best that series has to offer? I don't know. I'm curious to know what you guys think. So anyway, I guess that's all that I've got. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you'll join me again.